After what felt like months without rain, it started raining like crazy over the last couple days, right in the middle of our project. So I've been on hold, but we're getting back to it today, and we're going to keep going on the framing. I hate when my framing gets rained on. So hopefully my lumber isn't too twisted up and bowed, and we can get carrying on with the roof. We are repairing this crushed enclosed trailer. Tree fell on it and destroyed the whole side of it here, and we had to cut it out. Now we're trying to turn it into a storage shed for our property so that we have a place to store our materials. As a DIY family, we do a lot of projects, so we need storage space for the things that we do. This is going to be so beneficial to our property. So we framed up new walls in here. Today we're doing double top plates and hopefully working on the roof. Up here in the corner, you probably can't see it, but there's a metal plate that sticks out in the corner. I'm going to drill some holes in that because I'm going to be using that to support my top plate over here on this end. So this is the metal plate I was talking about. We drilled our 2 holes, and this is going to support the top plate, which is going to spin over on top of the wall right there. I'm going to be doing some 2x6 top plates on our 2x4 wall because I want it to overhang about 2 inches on the outside. Our outside trailer walls, the original metal framing, is 1 inch thick. So that's going to give me a 1 inch overhang of wood on the outside. So I can build kind of mini eaves to keep the water out of the trailer. So let me get the 2x6s and we'll throw the first one up there. I got my first piece secured, and I'm going to keep working down. There's not too much to show on this stage of the job. It's just going to be layering 2x6s on top of these walls to lock them all together. So I'm going to wrap it around, and I'll come back when I'm ready to do the nose of the trailer because that one will be a little more tricky. Okay, so we got top plates done on the back end. I'm going to wait on these until I get these done so that I can tie in the angles. So I need to figure out this so I can do a miter cut, and we're going to just cap this. Kind of hard to do this one-handed. We'll get it. 107.5 degrees. So my miter is going to be 36.3. So let's do a 36 degree miter cut. Okay, I got my 2 cuts done. So I'm going to throw my 2x6s up there. I'm leaving them long because there's no point in me trying to figure out the exact length. I'll let them overhang and I'll chop them in place. But basically I just want them to meet in the middle and see how it looks. And if it looks good, we'll join them together and try to get them secured up there. Quick update, we got those tacked in. We're going to reinforce them a little more, but for now they're fine. I'm running low on screws. Let me take you up and show you what it looks like. So you can see right here, it comes together as a nice little point. And it's overhanging. And overhanging. And we're going to cut this after I get this piece installed so I can see exactly where it's going to overhang. And for this, I just tacked it to the wall right here. And I screwed it to this piece of metal right here, straight up through the metal. That's why I left that one in place. So, looking good so far. Let me figure out now this filler piece. I'm trying to make a template for the roof. You'll see. Let me just figure this out. You guys can hang out while I figure out how to do this template, and then we will, once we get it right, we'll be able to mimic it. Just having trouble getting the right grip on this. Needs to go a little further than that. So let me see what I can do. Come on. Let's see what that looks like. So basically, I'm bending this 2x4 and using the natural properties of the wood to arch to try to get an arch drawn on my 2x4. Let me take this off. And you probably can't see it so well, but I think that looks pretty good. Let me cut this out and see how it feels. I need to swap out my battery, but I think a new battery and a new blade, and that'll go a lot smoother, but let's see how this looks. Honestly, it looks good. This is going to be very hard to show on video because of the nature of the lens. But basically we have an arch from 1.5 inches thick to 3.5 inches thick in the middle. That means a 2-inch slope from the center. So my plan was, since this building is pretty small, it's just over 8 feet wide, and it's going to be carrying a very light roof, no snow load, wouldn't matter anyway, honestly, but that I would keep the roof as simple as possible and just do a curved roof. The question is, will my metal curve? I'm going to be using roofing metal because I have it. It's all scrap metal that we pulled off our house. It's going to save us a lot of money. The reason I'm doing this is because it's simple and I can use full sheets of metal with a slight curve and I don't have to buy any extra pieces. If I had made a pitched roof, I could cut the metal and put it on there, but I would need a ridge cap at the top. So there's extra materials I'd have to buy. This way, I could just use solid sheets with nothing extra. And one piece of wood, one cut. I think it'll work. So let me try it out. Now that I have one, I'm going to put it up there, see how it looks in place. And if it looks good, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, maybe 13 more times. We'll get a pile of these made. We'll lay them out. Guys, this is the beginning of the roof. Okay, well, we just ran out of batteries, so while those are charging, I'm going to install the ones we got done. These are coming out okay. Some of them are not perfect. Now, these boards did get a little twisted and warped up, so I don't know. We'll hope for the best. I'm getting there. So what I have to do is basically push and pull the wall so that these roof trusses are flush with the sides. And that's how I know I'm keeping them going pretty straight. So a little bit of work, but we're getting there. Hopefully I was able to capture some of that for you guys. We got half of the roof done, sort of, and we're going to keep going as soon as I have some more batteries to cut out some more of these ceiling truss rafters. You know, a rafter is a roof framing member, like the piece that supports the roof. And a truss is a roof framing system where it comes as one piece. It's all built like you see in modern homes, truss. I don't know what these are called. Would these be a rafter or would these be a truss? It's just one board. I guess a rafter. I know I could have done a lot of different things here, and you know, maybe if I was up north I'd put a steeper pitch on it, do a peaked roof, deal with it. That would be fine. It's just more complication. You got to build it strong, and I know I could have done a single slope roof. It would have been easier in some ways where it's single slope, make one wall higher than the other. I just didn't like how that would look, and I didn't like the idea of having to patch up, I don't know, just the top of one of the walls. I just didn't like it. So that's why I'm not doing that. I just wanted to try something different and keep it with like the trailer style. The trailer basically had a bowed roof like this, and I'm going to keep it that way. I don't know if you can see down there, we have our mini mobile building, and that has the domed roof like this, so the arched style. So why not? It'll blend in over here. I think while I'm waiting for the batteries to charge, I'm going to start cutting some little pieces of wood that I'm going to piece in between each truss. Now we get to use some of these scraps. I just realized a fatal flaw in my plan. If I don't have a battery to cut the rafters, then I also don't have a battery to cut the blocking. I just managed to finish cutting the rest of these roof pieces. that's basically what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and get those screwed in. Well, that's what it looks like so far from up here. Now I just have to do the point. All right, the last two angles, these are the trickiest ones of the day because we're angling in with multiple miter cuts and sloping up because the middle is high and the roof bows down, but I think we got it. Let's get these centered. Well, I got a couple of options. First is going to be some 5-inch trim head screws. Which will help hold these still. And because I want this to be strong, I'm going to add some legs. These are bigger than I'd like, but hopefully they don't split the wood. I don't know. I don't know, this is too scary. Let's pre-drill it a little bit. There we go. Sink those in. They're poking out very slightly. It's the best I got though. Overkill, but you gotta work with what you have. Well, I think we are done. These are the most satisfying cuts to get right. This isn't perfect, but it's mostly because my wood is leaning and stuff, but looks good, makes me happy. Glad we're getting it done. Take another view before we go down at the work we accomplished today. This looks almost professional. Before I go down, I am going to chop off these wings. Yeah, let me turn my blade. One more over here. Hope I'm not shaking you guys too much. Let me straighten this out. All right. I feel like I've accomplished a lot and I'm happy. So I'm gonna go in and get this video put together for you guys. This is looking good. We're actually making this happen. I'm surprised. I'm gonna clean up my tools. We have a mess, big mess. So let's clean up, put it away. And next time we're gonna be running purlins on the top. I'm gonna try to run some radiant barrier. I gotta see how much I have. I think I have enough radiant barrier, purlins, and then we can start doing the metal roof. Hope that metal's gonna bow without kinking. Should be fine. It's a subtle bow. And then we will have dry cover. That's gonna be huge. Oh! This tool right here. I feel like this made such a difference today in my workflow. I've never had an angle finder, and I've always had to try to figure things out, usually trial and error, and it wastes a lot of time. This sped it up so much, my angles came out perfect. So I'm so happy that I got this digital angle finder. I can't wait to bring this to the mobile home so I can get my angles when I'm installing trim and wallboards up to the cathedral ceiling that's in that house. So that's going to be very handy. That's all I have for now. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.